So when my brother and I were little kids, we grew up playing a lot of G.I. Joe, and that would like turn into more like army and cowboys and Indians, and then like sort of like guerrilla warfare, running around the woods with different kinds of weapons and stuff. And we had these kung fu magazines. I joined a wrestling team in the 5th grade, and by the time I was like 12, I was already very self-conscious of the scar, the vertical one on my abdomen. And I knew, my mother used to tell me, don't tell people, what happened to you, and especially certain people, she would tell me. And they probably wouldn't accept you in the army, Ollie. And then, I always knew I was different. I wasn't part of their club, and I wasn't trying to join anybody's club that wasn't like welcoming me with open arms. I mean, I aspired to be a cop and a fireman at a very young age, like any kid, until I started reading comic books, and then I saw like the Lone Ranger, and I saw Ghost Rider, and Spider-Man, and Superman. And I said, wow, I want to be like one of those superheroes, but not the corny one, like, with the cape and the leotards. But, like Spider-Man, or the dude, like Zorro, with a dark side, but he's like the underdog, the hero. And I figured, when I was a kid, a lot of my friends that became police officers and cops when they got older thought of me as some kind of derelict that would never pass the certain test of, not honest, it's not honest and I was dishonest or immoral in any way, but I'd be the kind of cop that would probably let the bad guys go, might have sticky fingers during a bank heist in the evidence room on the way to the trip to the evidence room, kind of weird situations that people, would probably consider me being abusing my authority, but not really. I just probably thought the thrill of it, of having a badge and a gun, outweighed, any kind of risk involved. It was probably, I'd probably have too much fun, so I was like not allowed to be in their club. And then marijuana being illegal was a way to exclude me, even though the kids that I grew up with got high, and became cops. It was like immediately, ooh, hush. As soon as like, as of a certain age, it was just like, well, don't tell anybody, about that. And it was like one of those things where you all of a sudden it was like, not to associate with me, and I had friends of my parents who had come back from Vietnam, and they had parts of their bodies, including some of their genitals, blown off, and they kind of scared me straight into being, not part of a club, putting on a uniform, not, wanting to be institutionalized, following orders, and losing your freedom all over again. Always weighed heavily on my mind, but I had the utmost admiration and respect for our warriors and those of us who want to do that. And I've thought many times how the price is right. I'd jump out of a plane with a wingsuit on and fly into the heat of battle and decapitate Vladimir Putin if need be. I mean, we at this point, as a culture, there's self-defense, violence by any means necessary, and this over-militaristic desensitization to violence in our culture that's become a Hollywood mainstream thing, that even the video game industry has led to an increase in mass shootings and hostility in our culture and society. And the sad thing is, it was like fun to do the wrestling, the martial arts and stuff, but then that became more of like the survival when the baseball game didn't go quite well, when the football tryouts came, all the kids would try to fight and beat me up, my brother too, because I didn't want to be like them, and I wasn't like them, and we were different, and I've always been weird and different. And you know what? Someone told me I should make a YouTube channel. Yeah, I know I'm a little weird and goofy. Everybody's funny, and you're funny too, you know. And, you know, just being yourself and accepting who you are is very important in life, and staying true to yourself and following your dreams and what you believe in is also important. So, I feel like, there's a price to pay if you're going to try to get money by doing a black ops mission, but hit me up if you got one you think I'd be qualified for with the limited skill set I do have. Thank you.